students, from each year. And it will be more about thinking about for what Tyndale has provided for us and what the students have experienced. So I will leave the floor to John.
This is everybody representing everybody in Tyndale. It's meant to be that we want to show our gratitude and appreciation to everybody's work, whatever you do for us, how much work and effort you put in to make Tyndale what it is, a home away from home for most of us, or for all of us. So in this moment, we will start with a small conversation. We reflect on our lives in Tyndale in regards to what has been happening throughout our lives here. Most of us have been here for 4 years, others have been here for 1 year, right? So, yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy. Let's pray, right? Yeah, let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for today. You are good. You have been so good to us. We have reasons to praise and thank you all around us, all the time. You have been so good to us, to lead us this far. And I want to take this moment to say thank you. Thank you so much for being our Father and our God. Thank you for providing and bless this moment. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Welcome again to the studio. We have Eze. Eze, what's your name?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm Sam Alize from Nigeria.
Good to hear from you, Eze. You've been here for 1 year, right? Yeah. Tyndale is an amazing place, indeed. Yes. How has it helped you integrate yourself since your first days of your arrival? Any memory of your first few weeks here? What could you say about that?
Okay, I arrived began first at the airport. And usually in my language, somebody will always say that when you welcome somebody, it's not about entering into the home of the person, but it's for all the duration the person is going to stay in your house. So my arrival began very well at the airport. When I arrived at the airport, I was really amazed of the way the organization of my pickup was arranged. I didn't wait for long before I saw John. When John came around, I felt so loved and so important that somebody I've never met, just maybe we'll be communicating through mail. He welcomed me and he brought me to Tyndale. And not just bringing me, while inside the bus, he was telling me a lot of things about. That was the first time I heard that Netherlands is just some distance or some feet below the sea level. He was the first person that told me something about that. And I had to think through it to be able to understand what he meant by that. Bringing me down to the campus was another amazing one. Coming to an environment I've never been to before. Then he personally took me to my room. Not just taking me to my room, he began to show me things. This is what you do when you need it. This is what you do when you need it. This is where you put this. This is where you put this. Those things were really, really amazing. And also when I began, when I began my first class, it was something else. The people I had for my PAE class were so amazing. First with Miss Rachel, when she communicates to us, especially to me, as if I'm with my elder sister. She's so humble that she communicates in a very clear terms with me. Mrs. Alicia, when I sat with her in her class, it was as if she brought the whole story of Netherlands to me, because she took us on some classes and she told me a whole lot. Then with Mrs. Wendy, with her, I could always relate back to my family. Because whenever I come to her class, the first thing she asks is what are the challenges, how are they coping, especially with the pandemic. She takes time to pray for my family. She's been an amazing one. When I met with Dr. Benny, in fact, it opened me into another, because from where I'm coming from, you don't have a professor that will tell you what is your opinion about this, but he always wants to know what we think about some things, and he made it, the conversation with him opened my mind to a whole lot of things. So it was so amazing. Then with the students, it's something else again. When I came, I was the way I was welcomed, both with people and with in a community I've not been to before. The people I met around were so amazing. I can remember that same week. One evening, Nicholas and Marlene decided to take me out, and they bought a whole lot of things for me, and it was a whole lot of love for me. Then I also remember the Sunday that I had to go to church. It was Kalisa, yes. Kalisa took Kalisa took me and my colleagues, and in fact, he took us to Crossroad. But the main reason for taking us to Crossroad was to teach us how to board the bus, use the bus card, and recharge the bus card. It was an amazing one, an amazing one, an amazing one. Yeah.
That's beautiful to hear. I'm glad. I believe you also got lost a few times, but that's okay. It's part of the journey. Thank you, Eze. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gim, till this moment, your name is fascinating. What's your name?
My full name is Jan Pugin Mahokip.
One more time.
Jan Pugin Mahokip.
Okay.
Yeah, you can call me Gin Hokip. That's not a big deal.
Okay. Master Gim is good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Gim, I don't know if you know, but we have over 20 nationalities here. To be precise, 20 for now. You know, coming from New Delhi, yes, coming from India, you thought I'm going to a much more big place than where I've been. That's what I thought too. But getting here, everybody lives in such a big, small place. Yeah. And all these people from all over the world. How has this feeling changed your perspective and helped you grow? How can you thank God with this diverse community? Yeah.
First of all, thank you, student body, and also the chapel committee for organizing this program. Actually, when I was accepted as a PA student in the year 2019, so I had a chance of reading the prospectus of Tyndale Theological Seminary. There, I could find and see that Tyndale is a community with people from different parts of the world, as you said, about 20 countries, with different cultural backgrounds, customs and traditions. Keeping that in mind, I came here in Tyndale in the year 2020. And then, sincerely speaking, I think for about 5 to 6 months, I've been struggling a lot in order to go along with the new system of learning, the new foods, new friends, new environment. That means a new culture. Everything was new to me. And then for about, I think 6 months, I've been struggling a lot. For instance, like in our culture, we have a kind of culture that suppose if I have an appointment with a person, I may, for instance, suppose 7:30 a.m. I may go around 7:45. That's not a big deal. Or 7:50. That's not a big deal. But here in Tyndale, when I came here, 7:30 means 7:30 or 7:25. Yeah, I have to follow that one. And I've been struggling for a few months, but by the grace of God, by the help of teachers and also by the help of friends here in Tyndale, brothers and sisters, I could somehow manage and I could able to go along with that. And I would able to become a student who is punctual enough, I should say. And then, in spite of many differences between me and brothers and sisters here in Tyndale, I see some common ground between our culture, a common ground that enables me to connect me and friends here in Tyndale. And I do hope and believe that that common ground if I keep on continuing that common ground to connect with friends here in Tyndale, that would really help me in my future ministry.
Mm.
So thank you, Tyndale, and thank you, friends from Tyndale and faculties. Thank you.
That's really beautiful. Thank you for that. I also love the diversity here. It has shaped my understanding of how much more than I was used to. Let's change sides. Let's go to this side. Naya, how are you today?
Very good. Thank
Where are you from?
you. So I'm from Pakistan.
Let's talk about your experience here at Tyndale. Everybody from teaching and non-teaching staff are very influential in our lives here. I want to ask you, how has this helped you grow as a person?
First of all, I would like to thank the chapel community and the student body for giving me the chance and opportunity to speak here. Although I have a lot to say, and we don't have that much time here, but starting with the staff, so I would like to say that I've not seen such selfless serving and selfless heart in people in the previous organizational schools that I've been. I truly see a heart of serving in them and such care and love that they give to everybody. And they treat everybody equally. And it's been really encouraging for me, and it's helping me to have the same attitude towards others and to respect and to serve others in the community that I'm living in here. And yeah, and whenever you need them, the staff, they're always there to have a listening ear, and their encouraging words, their bright smiles, and warm meals, they all make us feel really at
We're
home.
talking about food now, huh?
Of course,
Okay.
it makes everything better.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been very encouraging for me to have a selfless heart and a real heart commitment toward others. And academically, the first thing that I found really fascinating was that the class started with a prayer. That was the first summer Greek class that we had with Dr. Stewart. It started with prayer, and the best thing about it is that it has been consistent in all the classes. I think I had not been a part of a single class that did not start with a prayer. So it really showed me the importance of prayer here, and it really helped me to prioritize prayer in my personal walk with God. And secondly, the thing that I lacked back home was the confidence to ask questions in the class. So the faculty here, they really encourage us to ask questions, and they do not only encourage us, they actually, appreciate the questions and, let us have our opinion. And yeah, so it's helping me to have that confidence to, think theologically as well, have my own thinking as well, and be open and confident to ask questions if I have any. And the feedback on the papers, the research papers that we write. So I really appreciate the feedback of all the professors that we have. Yeah, and because I think I've really improved because of their honest feedback and genuine feedback on the papers, and it really helps. Like every feedback matters, and I think that really helps you grow in your writing skills, and even go for them for questions. And the thing is, they're always there to answer our questions, and even when they don't have time, of course, everybody's busy. But whenever you go up to them and, oh, I have a question, and they're always available. And lastly, I would like to say about the mentoring program that we have here. I've not experienced it before, but it really, it helped me recognize the importance of a godly mentor in my life, and how important it is to have an accountability partner. And yeah, and I think I'm blessed to have a mentor here and who I can go to whenever I have something to say or to have an opinion about anything, and even to cry sometimes. So it's really a blessing, and it's really helped me grow both spiritually and emotionally.
That's good to hear. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moraya Dewish Ampong. Oh my goodness. I know, I don't know who else knows. You're American, Japanese, and soon to be Ghanaian. What would you tell us about this kind of environment that you found here, outside the academic world, the people here? Now you're becoming Ghanaian, that's a far different story. I want to hear. Greet us in one of those languages. Say something in those languages. Uh-huh.
Good morning.
What was that?
Japanese.
Okay. Say it again. So.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
And how do we respond? Konnichiwa.
That's good afternoon.
Okay. So, Mariah, when you came here, first time I saw you, I thought you were like a professor's daughter. You know, you were struggling to climb your bike, to a bike. Now look at you. You've grown up. You're such a big woman. How has this environment, the people, you know, not the academic part of it, but just being in Tyndale, how has it shaped you to the woman you are today?
In a lot of ways. When I came here, I wasn't really expecting much other than an academic course of study, course of life. I thought I would just come here, this was what God wanted me to do, and then just mostly focus on academics. I came here content and single, but now I'm leaving to be married.
So your degree is married or something?
And then a minor in MDiv. So. But yes, I think being in the community here, and where everybody knows what happens in community, you can't really hide much. Being in an environment where I have just been loved and supported and cared for and challenged in many ways. Being able to connect with so many people across so many continents and so many nations has really been very impactful. Many of you may know Ruth, and being able to connect with her about navigating an interracial, intercultural relationship, and then spending time with my classmates, hearing about their experiences with God, hearing about what Christianity is like in their countries, and then challenging that to me to help me grow. And many times so lovingly tell me when my view is wrong or when I need to change this aspect about how I was looking at the world or how I was viewing my life spiritually and where I just needed to develop in this area. That's never something I've experienced before. And that's something I got to experience here and I've gone to treasure here in my relationships with people. I think one of the biggest ways that I've been taught here is just by living here and seeing the lives of the people around me. Being able to see both their faith, their joy, seeing them in their struggles, and then being able to be encouraged by that, seeing their example to help me grow in my faith. Being able to go to someone and be like, these are my doubts with God right now. And then not getting pushed away, but then instead being told, you know, I have also the same struggles. Let's pray about this. Let's deal with this. The approach in of itself, just to give one example. When I first came here, one thing that struck me so much was when I would go to someone and be like, this thing is happening in my life, these are the issues that I'm facing, and they would just be like, well, let's pray about it. That's never been my first response to deal with things. But then being so encouraged to do that, and just going to God to be a first response to any life issue, and then learning from that and applying that, being held accountable to do that by the community here, is something that shaped me tremendously and has helped me grow so much in every aspect of my life.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank God for that. Okay, two more people. Let's turn to you, sir. What's your name?
Robert Coleman from Ghana.
You have to be specific, huh? Okay, Mr. Coleman, Robert. I never knew Africans had this kind of name of Coleman. I thought it's a wrong spelling to your name, but anyways.
It's because of where
Where you're from. You're from Ghana, right? Africa.
Yeah.
Okay. It should be something like Kwabena or Robert.
there's that too.
Okay, thank you for that. Rumor has it that you might switch from MDiv to MET.
I have switched.
Okay, rumor is not wrong. You have switched to MET already. Being at the halfway through your time in Tyndale, I don't know if you're going to do how it's going to be, but you're already halfway. We have 1 year behind you and 1 year ahead of you. What would you say about that? What has your past time here taught you in regards to your future?
Okay. When I was first considering coming here, Isaac, who was giving me information about the school, did mention some stories about you had to do Greek, summer Greek, and then, if all went well, you proceed. But I think there was once, I think he mentioned the story of somebody who didn't actually go through it. So when I was coming, when I was bidding, goodbye to some people, what I was saying is that I'm going to try and see if I can get into this program. The idea was that if they saw me back so too early, it means So when I came, I think the first few weeks there, you guys can attest to it. First few weeks, the quizzes, like you get 100 over 100 and things like that. And after a while,
Or did you?
we were all getting 100 over 100. And then after a while, it starts changing. I was getting very worried. So we went through summer Greek and safely. Then the fall too, I heard stories about, so those words were supposed to be encouraging, but I don't know whether they were encouraging me. That, just put in the effort and you can get your 7, and sail through. So that was my aim. So I was putting in, and then I realized that, okay, it's working. There were some frustrations at some point, but then after first semester, I said, okay, this can be done. So I get encouraged to put in more. And then, I switched to MET, which was not my initial plan. I now realize it will be interesting to do the thesis option, which I'm actually looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I've loved at Tyndale here has been the rigorous nature of the academic work, but at the same time, in the professors, you see a pastoral element to it.
Even though they're not pastors.
It's like on the academic side, they may not be as merciful as you want, but even when it doesn't go too well, there's this helping hand they want to give you, they want to extend to help you to do well. From the feedback they give you on your papers and things like that. Yeah. So you don't feel as if they're out to get you. But they want you to do well. And I think that's encouraging. For me, a lot of readings has helped me, for my love for reading has probably increased. And so I look forward to the coming years research and writing my thesis. I think it's going to be exciting.
That's good. I like that you have good hope about that.
Yes, I should. I should.
Otherwise,
Otherwise, it's going to be terrible.
all right, thank you, Coleman. Thank you so much. Last but not least, Joshua, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I have to say, I couldn't help it, but I noticed when you came in, your jacket was not fitting anymore. I can see you look good in a good round shape. I like that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think Karina and Mrs. Bass are doing a good job with that.
Of course, you can see the cheeks.
I could barely see your ears now. But anyway, Joshua, you are a father to 2.5 or 3, right?
Amen.
3 men. Okay, 3 men. And you're a husband to 1 wife, true? Female wife, right?
Yes,
Okay. And you are a pastor. How have you managed to balance these things? Father and husband, pastor, at the same time a student. Tyndale life is no joke, according to few people we just had. How did you balance these things? How has this community helped you in that?
Thank you so much, John David. I really want to appreciate the administration, the Tyndale community. Since I left home and came here, I've gone through a lot of things. You very well understand the torture we go through in summer Greek. I know you guys saw me at my lowest. I read to most of you and I read to the professors. I didn't know how things would go, but somehow I went through it. One, I was thinking about my family back home. I had left a little boy. By then I had 2 kids. One was 6 months, and then the other one was 2 years. So coming here, facing Greek and going through the trauma, thinking about home, times calling kids, calling the wife back home, and talking to her, and talking to the boy, and here you're going through the trauma of Greek. At times, you feel that tears are rolling down. You look at the family, you look at here, things are crumbling, and all this. But one thing I want to thank God for is that Tyndale community has always been there for me. I've talked to different professors and they've always encouraged me. They have lifted my spirit up and my colleagues have stood with me and finally I went through the summer Greek and here I am. So I really want to thank God so much for Tyndale community again, for how have we been able to balance up these things. One, I've learned quite a number of lessons while here. I've learned that someone can be in position to handle different things at different times, provided you are able to manage your time. Time management has been a very, very, very big lesson to me. I can cite a few instances. One, my mentor, by then Dr. Hayes, called me one day in the office and said, Joshua, do you know you've been coming a few minutes late in chapel for the past 3 chapels? I said, what? You mean you are noting the minutes I'm late 3 times? I was shocked. So that was that shook me. I said, oh, God is watching. If Dr. Hayes can be able to see the few minutes you've been late in chapel for the past 3 chapels, then I'm in real trouble. So that was a wake-up call that there's need to be on time in everything I do. That's a very, very big push in my ministry back home. Like one of our colleagues said that back home, coming late, 5 minutes is not a problem, or 10 minutes. To me, I feel this is an obligation that Tyndale has really developed in me and still developing. Something I need to thank God for. Again, the love I felt with Tyndale here has been very, very, very great. I've never seen people have this kind of love. They feel what you are going through. They sit with you and counsel you, mentor you, and speak to you and show you the light. A few instances, I'm someone who does not always want to associate with the professors, like sit and chat and laugh and all that. I just want to live in my own closet. But a few times I've met Dr. Dahl in the office. We talk a number of things. But I've always told him, I feel I'm really very humbled by the way I see things go here. One, by the professors, highly educated, highly qualified, very influential, but they speak to you in a very, very humble way. So I thought I knew something, but when I came here, that's when I discovered that I didn't need to know much. I didn't know, but I thought I even knew well. So Dr. Dalore says, yeah, the more you study, the more you discover that you don't know. And that statement humbles me the more. So back home, as a father, I feel I really need to be very, very humble to my wife and to my children, to take care of them and to look at them as gifts that God has given me. The different courses we've gone through here, family, counseling, and all the other evangelistic trainings we've gone through, different classes, teaching me that I have a responsibility, first of all, as a pastor to my family, and as a pastor to the church. So this has all been created in my heart that I have a big, big responsibility, starting from home to the community.
Thank you, thank you. That was it from you guys. Thank you so much. And I have to say, to the non-teaching staff, you guys do a lot of work for us. You guys feed us. Thanks to Karina and Mrs. Bass. I have to appreciate that. And to the people in the administration, you guys help us so much. You put up with people like me. Thank you, Nana. Everybody of us, the students, run to you in any situation. Even though we have mentors, but we still run to you for help. We cry to you, you guys cheer us up, and we really want to appreciate you so much for what you do. May God richly bless you, and may you know that this is not in vain. You guys have raised generations of people who've passed through here, and I want to say that in my time hand, all of us, while we're still here, you guys are family. You've made us feel at home, away from home. So thank you so much. With that being said, this was a students' chapel. It was supposed to be, the theme is gratitude to you guys and to God. We have all the reasons to thank God for. And to conclude, we'll say that everybody who attended and who's on campus right now is welcome to join us in the cafeteria for some goodies. And thanks, thanks to the mothers, Tyndale mothers, who have prepared and planned this as well. Thank you so much wherever you are. Is there anything else? No. Thank you for those who are watching, and thank you for you guys. I know you guys are happy to be on TV right now. I know that. Thank you. I was your host, John David, and let's receive a blessing. May the blessing of our Lord Almighty and the fellowship with the Holy Spirit and the grace of God be with us all now and forevermore. Amen. See you guys. I think the president has to say something. And yeah, you're the president, you gotta say something. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all of you for joining us. Yeah. I will dismiss you. Have a good lunch, have a good time. See you next time in chapel. Thanks so much.